Hi everyone, we're here for Tortured Poets. Listen, there was a small delusional part of me that thought I could stay up until 11 p.m. for me for the release of the album and then film until probably 1:30 a.m. and that everything would be fine. But also knowing myself, I can't, my brain shuts off at like 8:30 p.m. I'm old. I ended up deciding it would be best for me to just sleep, chill out, have one more peaceful night in my life before waking up and filming the Tortured Poets department. And what did I wake up to? I didn't just wake up to the Tortured Poets department. What do you mean it's a double album? What do you mean we have the anthology? What do you mean we have 31 songs? I'm going to be filming today for like 6 hours straight because if you know me and you know my music reactions, I can't shut the up. It's a really exciting day though. I'm really happy to be here. I've been a Taylor fan since between the Speak Now and Red eras, so like the Red album was my first anticipated album that I got to experience roll out live as a fan, and I swear to God every album since then I've just gotten more and more excited for. It feels like Taylor is about to be honest with us in a way that she maybe never has before. Not even just honest with us, it seems like with this music, she's allowed herself to be honest with herself. She's no longer in denial or delusional as she described it in those little playlists that she created for us, like recategorizing where she thinks her old music fits into the 5 stages of grief. So anyways, this video is going to be me reacting to the OG album, and then I'm going to be reacting to the anthology songs in a separate video. Otherwise, this video would actually be like 3.5 hours long, I think. If you would like to see my full reaction to this album, it is going to be uncut over on my Patreon. I would love to see you guys over there. I think I'm going to save music video reactions for my Patreon as well and try to stick to just like albums here on YouTube. But if you'd rather just watch the edited version of this reaction here, then let's get into it. You guys, I'm looking at the track list again. We know that Fortnight is the leading single. That music video is coming out later today. I'm just staring at this track list like, what do you mean I get to press play? Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I think I am. I think I really am ready. Fortnight.
I was supposed to be sent away, but they forgot to come and get me. I was a functioning alcoholic till nobody noticed my new aesthetic.
Oh, drums.
I hope you're okay. But what about your quiet trees and your wife waters flowers? I wanna kill her.
Okay, I'm not, you can't, she just keeps going, and I need time to process. This is why it's gonna take me 6 hours to film the 31 songs today. Fortnight, where's Post? I love the vibe. I love like a sultry pop moment, and that's exactly what the cover of this album is giving me. It's giving sultry pop, and I love the relaxed vocals she's using that feel kind of effortless. I love that it just feels like we're being told a story. Evidence. We're being told evidence. Okay, what the fuck? What just happened? I was supposed to be sent away, but they forgot to come and get me. I was a functioning alcoholic till nobody noticed my new aesthetic. Are we okay? All this to say, I hope you're okay, but you're the reason. The reason that she was a functioning alcoholic, and no one here's to blame, but what about your quiet treason? You know what that also reminds me of is, you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. It's like there's nuance to betrayal. I hope we dig more into what she means by that. Just that lyric alone, and for a fortnight there, we were forever, makes me feel like it was only those 2 weeks where everything actually felt right and she felt confident that they were meant to last forever. That's crazy. That's what she's saying. For 2 weeks? I think I have to start the song over. I don't know. I
hope you're okay, but you're the reason.
I love that that's just like the end of that sentence.
We were forever running to you sometimes. Ask about
I love the flow of this.
I wanna kill.
Maybe she should be taken away, okay?
I love you. It's
We know that lyric.
touched you for only a fortnight. We were together.
We have an add-on chorus.
Sometimes comment on my sweat. My husband is cheating. I wanna kill him. I love you.
The harmonies. Wait. After that second verse, listen, I know I'm the reaction. I'm supposed to be the one like talking with like insight and stuff, but I just so badly can't wait to run to all of like the Swifty threads and hear what everyone has to say because it helps me so much. But what I'm taking from this add-on chorus specifically, my husband is cheating. I want to kill him. I love you. It's ruining my life. It feels like, what do you mean? It feels like she's with someone, her husband, but she's in love with someone else, and there was like an affair that only lasted a fortnight, but that affair like is what ruined her life because she knows she's not happy with who she is actually with, her husband. Is that what's being said in this song? Because that's fucked. Florida. I don't know what the fuck we're getting into. What was that? I love that. I love like the sound sonically. I love this sound. I love like sad girl pop. I don't mean that as like lyrically, although that can be fun. I love like the ambiance and the feel and the sound, like literally sonically. I feel like that is a sound of its own, and that's what I felt in this one. And if this is any indication of the vibe we're getting from this album, I'm really excited. This whole ending on "you buy the car you want," it's almost like you try to distract yourself with something new and shiny, and it's not even a person, it's like a car, but not even that is going to work for you until you give yourself in to me. I feel like that's like a really tongue-in-cheek, almost like sexy, but also spiteful way to end the song. This is a really interesting song because I feel like we've never gotten this type of energy from her before, so I almost just don't know what to do with it right now. I'm not processing. Next up is the Tortured Poets Department. Guys, next up, what do you mean? What do you mean next up is the title track? What do you mean it's 4 minutes and 53 seconds? No, because what? What? I've only listened to like 4 minutes of like a 2-hour album, right? But the sound already is somehow not what I expected and exactly what I wanted, like at the same time. I don't know what's happening. I'm so happy. Ooh, little clinky clink in the bag.
You left your typewriter at my apartment, straight from the Tortured Poets Department.
Okay.
Who uses typewriters anyway? But you're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes down on the road. Who's gonna hold you like me?
Why do I want to cry? This is like not a moment to cry. No, because this isn't a moment to cry. Like you can make fun of me for this. It's kind of giving Norman fucking Rockwell in the sense of like the type of man we're talking about, where it's like Norman fucking Rockwell by Lana. She's singing about a man who's very self-sabotaging, very like self-obsessed, head in your hands while you color me blue, like so obsessed with their own sadness. And I think also he's a poet. Like she goes, your poetry's bad. In the song, and you blame the news. It's just like that type of person. I know exactly the type of person we're talking about. I love this because you left your typewriter at my apartment straight from the Tortured Poets Department. I was like, okay, how are we going to be discussing the Tortured Poets Department? Like, what does that represent for us? It's a big deal to understand that for this album. And then she follows it up with, I think some things I never say. And when she said that, I was like, oh girl, you're about to drag him. And she goes, like, who uses typewriters anyway? The way that she sings about it and the way she delivers that line is kind of like her being, who do you think you are, almost territory. You're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes down on the road. It's like they're creating their own sadness, maybe for their art, maybe to like put the typewriter to use. But then I've seen this episode and still love the show. Like she knows he'll get through it. And she kind of enjoys, from what she says here, who else decodes you and who's going to hold you like me? Who else decodes you is just kind of like, okay, well, I'm willing to put in the work. I know how this is going to end. I know you and I know what you do and what you have to do or feel like you have to do to get through something. And even though I think from the outside, you know, it's self-sabotage, it's kind of unnecessary. I don't know why you do this to yourself. I also am someone who's willing to sit there with you through it and be the one who's ready to hold you tight at the end of the journey.
I laughed in your face and said, "You're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith."
Okay.
The Chelsea Hotel, we're modern idiots.
Love that. I love that. Like, she is Taylor Swift, but also she's like, okay, yeah, maybe, but I'm not Patti Smith. Like, I kind of love that self-awareness.
No fucking body.
Oh my god, I love this production.
You smoked then 8, 7 bars of chocolate. We
Okay.
declare Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist.
We name drop Dylan Thomas and Patti Smith, but then we're also name dropping Charlie Puth. So, okay, where is this going? I think I need to finish out this verse. Wait, where is that going? Okay.
I scratch your head, you fall asleep like a tattooed golden retriever. I chose this cyclone with you.
Okay, that was a weird verse, but okay, I get where we're going. You smoked, then ate 7 bars of chocolate. We declared Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist. Is this like a dig because we're high and we're saying ridiculous things, or do we genuinely think that? I can't tell if she's like supporting or coming for Charlie Puth. He's talented. Go Charlie Puth. I don't really know much about him. But then I scratch your head, you fall asleep. Imagery, like a tattooed golden retriever. But I think the point is they get high and everything's okay. But then he wakes up again and the tortured poet is back. Also, I chose this cyclone with you is really sad. It's like she feels obligated to stay with. I wonder why she feels so obligated to stay. Okay, if it's a cyclone, why do you want to be caught up in that? You know what I mean? Obviously, she's not anymore. Obviously, it didn't stay that way. But for a long time, it did.
We're modern idiots, and who's gonna hold you like me?
This repetition of who's gonna hold you like me after everything that's being said also feels like it's like she's trying to bring him down to earth to just the two of them, where he's constantly like trying to feel like he needs to be bigger, better, and like do these out of reach things that she's like, well, okay, great, but also let's focus on the two of us, like, right? You care about us as much as all the rest of that, right? You know, I kind of feel that undertone. Gonna troll you, she said.
You told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave, and I had said that to Jack about you, so I felt seen. We're crazy. So tell me.
I don't know who Lucy is. I know Jack. We all know Jack. I love that we're getting those name drops. Sometimes I wonder if you're gonna screw this up with me, but you told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave. What the fuck? Lots of therapy, please. Immediately. And I had said that to Jack about you, so she felt that same way. And she's like, yep, this is it. Everyone understands we're crazy. That's why we work together, because we're crazy, and we tell our friends that we would want to kill ourselves if the relationship ended. Jesus Christ. Postmortem is hitting a little different right now. The whole postmortem vibe going into the album.
At dinner, you take my
We're going
ring off
still.
my middle finger and put it on the one. That's the closest I've come to my heart exploding. Who's
What the fuck? Why would you do that? Like, I get it. We know because of you're losing me. Like, who would want to marry me anyway? That whole thing. And it's been speculated a lot that maybe he didn't want marriage, but she really did. I don't know. I feel like you can't drag someone for not wanting marriage. Like, if someone doesn't want marriage, that doesn't make them a bad person or whatever. It just does make maybe people not compatible if they don't agree on that. But this... Why are you doing that, sir? Why are you putting her ring on the one? I love how she calls it the one, like you just know. And her heart explodes just from that, like, because that's the closest she's gotten. That's so sad, but it's like, what's the point of that? Why are we teasing? That's mean. I think that's a little, like, slightly weirdly cruel, given the dynamic of how badly she actually does want to get married. It doesn't seem like a joke. It seems like, that's weird. Don't do that unless you're gonna do it, you know? Oh, slowing it down. Oh, it's so toxic. This song is so toxic. Okay, another banger. So crazy toxic. Like, I'm hung up on the we want to kill ourselves without each other thing, but then also like this repetition of who else is gonna hold you, who else is gonna know you, who else is gonna know me. It's kind of giving the energy of when you're with someone so long and you get so comfortable and you put in so much work to like learn a person. It's like, I can't believe they've done it. Like, I can't believe they've taken this time to learn me and I've taken this time to learn them, and we're still standing here. Like, there has to be something meaningful about that. And if we leave each other, it isn't. And I think that happens with a lot of people, where you like, because you put in so much to each other, even if you hit a point where it's not working anymore, it's harder. It's so hard to imagine that you can have the energy to learn another person the way that you did with them, and that someone else would care to put in that type of work for you, because it's like you've never experienced that before until them. Next up is Jesus Christ. Next up is my boy only breaks his favorite toys.
Oh, here we go again. The voices in his head.
Ooh.
Called the rain to end. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. I'm queen of sand castles he destroys. It was a matter of time.
Oh, we're jaded. You know what's interesting with this song placement after the last is, in Tortured Poets Department, like, the catalyst of that song is him leaving his typewriter at her apartment. And it's like he seems to put so much energy into the arts and being a tortured poet, as she kind of tagged it. It's interesting that when he like put so much meaning on that, he still forgot his typewriter. It's kind of giving the same energy here of like, you put so much into me, but then you just break me and like leave me in the dust. It's like things are easily picked up and let down with him. Again, sonically, you get it. This is everything to me. Here we go again. The voice is in his head. Should we be concerned? Called the rain to end our days of wild. Okay, so it's giving depression, which is really sad. Like, there is a real block when it comes to people who are suffering with intense depression, and those days of wild, it's also can be hard. Is it mania? Is it true happiness? I don't know. The sickest army doll purchased at the mall. Oh, at first when I heard her sing this, I felt I interpreted sick as like cough cough sneeze sneeze, but I think she just means like cool, like the coolest. I just forgot that we use the word like that sometimes. Okay. Rivulets descend my plastic smile. Oh, fuck. There's so much to unpack. First of all, calling herself his toy and calling her smile plastic, it's kind of giving like she molded herself, or did he, or was it both of them, molded herself into a toy, like this perfect, cool toy that everyone would want and that's perfect for you. Plastic smile obviously is a whole thing in itself where it's like not real. The smile is forced to always be there, no matter whether he is bringing sunshine or rain. But you should have seen him when he first got me. He was sunshine back then. It's giving midnight rain.
Put me back on myself first. Pull the string and I'll tell you that he runs because he loves me. He loves
Ooh. She's begging to be put back on the shelf. She's begging for him to like let this end, but she's also begging for that with the knowledge that when he does finally put her back on the shelf, it's gonna be out of fear of love. I love this melody. Ooh. Oh man, the commitment issues are strong in this one. And Jesus, this line, because I knew too much, is so, that's a lot. And I've never heard it put quite like that, of someone like not wanting to be with anyone anymore because they love them, but they know too much now. I read this book called The Course of Love, and it talked about why people cheat after having been with someone for a long time and like still loving them and the complexities of that. And I'm not saying like he cheated like in regards to the song or anything, but what was said in that kind of reminds me of this sentiment where when you're with someone for so long and they truly know you now, it's kind of scary because when it comes to like romance and spark, it's like fun and addicting to be a mystery to someone and have that control over allowing them to know this or that about you, because then you can kind of craft yourself into the person that you want to be rather than reveal to them the person that you truly are. And I feel like he was really deeply insecure here, and the book was like, that's kind of where cheating comes in a lot. It's not even about, you know, needing this other person so badly or like not caring about the person you're with. It very much can be about your insecurities with yourself and wanting to feel brand new again. Because Taylor knew too much, he was struggling with his own identity. Based on the lyrics we've gotten, it kind of gives like he was constantly searching for this big breakthrough in what the universe means and how he fits into that. And he's trying to craft that himself. He's a tortured poet trying to like write himself into understanding. He like doesn't know who he wants to be yet, but she knows who he is at his core, and he's uncomfortable with who he is at his core. He doesn't know if he wants to be that person, and it freaks him out that someone else sees him like that. And wow, okay. Ooh, I like these background vocals. Once I fix me, he's gonna miss me. Listen, because she's broken, and then he's putting her back on the shelf. After she's broken, my boy only breaks his favorite toy. This is great. She is leaving this relationship broken, but she knows like once I'm new and shiny again, he's gonna miss me. Once he can't see himself all over me anymore, he's gonna want to mark me again. It's kind of like almost like break me again. He just wants to break things. Ooh. He broke up with her. He broke up with her. I mean, it's like she kind of was like waiting for it. Whoa, okay. It's like she was like ready to be put on the shelf, right? She was ready for it to end, but she just couldn't let herself be the one to do it. I don't know if it's because she really does want to make it work, or if it's because she just felt like she couldn't do that to him, but he ended up being able to do it to her. At the end, it's giving full Barbie, obviously. I felt more when we played pretend than with all the Kens. Are we like referring to all of her exes as Kens? Is that what's happening here? They liked her for what was on the outside and they didn't really dig deep into the core of her, because he took me out of the box. He took the time to really get to know me like no one else did, which is what I was talking about before with the Tortured Poets department, where it's like so hard to let go of that type of connection that you've taken the time to build with someone. This is song number 3. I'm still stuck on what the fuck, was Fortnight really about her cheating? But it seems like though with Fortnight, Tortured Poets, and now My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, it seems like we are going chronologically. And now the next song's Down Bad. So like, who are we down bad for? What is this sound?
Did you really beat me up just to do experiments on? Tell me I was the chosen one. Show me that this world is bigger than us.
Oh, it's exact. I love how these songs are flowing into each other, because My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys is about him like playing with her like this fun new shiny thing and then breaking her and being like, okay, back on the shelf, had fun. And then she kind of follows that theme into the beginning of the next song. I feel like she's been doing that with a lot of like every song so far. Tell me I was the chosen one. Show me the world is bigger than us. Specifically, Tell Me I Was the Chosen One is red flag, because it's like, don't idealize me because then you're not really seeing me. I feel like it's a form of love bombing, which like was mentioned, the tick, tick, tick of love bombs.
Now I'm down bad, crying at the gym. Everything comes out, teenage petulance. Fuck it if I can't have him.
Oh, yeah.
Might just die, it would make no difference.
Okay, I love that she says, fuck it if I can't have him. I might just die. It would make no difference. Like when you're in a sane state of mind, it sounds ridiculous and it sounds melodramatic and everything, but I love that she, before going into that, she says everything comes out, teenage petulance. I love the self-awareness. Like I love that she's honest with us about like these real feelings that she had, and she's not gonna pretend that she didn't think these things, even though it might sound ridiculous. But then there's also like, it's framed by this more mature voice that's like, I know that I wasn't thinking sanely. I thought Down Bad was going to be about love. Because what's this? This isn't love.
Waking up in blood.
Waking up in blood?
They'll say I'm nuts if I talk about the existence of you.
Why?
Was heaven struck? Now I'm down.
Ooh, I like that. Oh, I love the flow of this.
I just die, it would make no difference. Down bad, I got lost my twin. Fuck it if I can't have him. I loved your hostile takeovers, encounters closer and closer. How dare you say that it's
over?
How dare you think it's romantic, leaving me safe and stranded.
Please leave me stranded. It's so romantic. Oh, she said, forget I ever said that, because it's not. It's not romantic, actually. I take it back. Hostile takeovers, encounters closer and closer, all your indecent exposures. She's never met someone who has opened themselves up to her like this. So she's like, well, everyone must have like this darkness inside them if you dig deep enough the way that we have with each other. So I just think I'm going to accept that it's normal and I'm going to stay with you, but why can't you do that for me? I'll build you a fort on some planet. It's giving call it what you want, when the forts were actually cute and cozy and on Earth.
So fuck you if I can't have us.
Ooh, fuck. I'm speechless about that one. I love a sad bop. I love a sad bop. I love these echoed vocals. Ooh, a little bit of a fade out. Instrumentals. Those instrumentals too are very much giving Alien. It so does. It feels like we are traveling to another planet. And it's like that's what she wants to do. Also waiting at the ship, she might not, could she be like referring to a spaceship? Fuck you if I can't have us. You know what? We are fresh into the stage of grief that is anger. It's hard to like hear lyrics like this because it's like, oh girl, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better. But it's an essential part of the story, and I love that she's like bearing it all. She's taking us through every step, it feels like, of her compartmentalizing the breakdown of this relationship, which is so cool. It's so cool that she's being open like that. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, we're on to track 5. We're about to listen to So Long London. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, that was beautiful. Oh my God, this album's so like sonically cohesive.
Pulled him in tighter each time he was drifting away.
She was doing so much of the work.
I stopped trying to make him laugh, stopped trying to drill the safe.
Oh, obviously, because you can't, it's feeling so one-sided, and I don't know how long the relationship was like that, like if it was the vibe from the start, or if it was like only during the breakdown where it felt like he was just like slowly drifting, and she was like, what, are we not going to fight for us? Is it just going to be me that fights for us? Because it feels, obviously this is just one perspective, but it feels like it was just her constantly trying to fight for them to make it through, and he just didn't care to try at all. Then she says, I stopped trying to make him laugh, stopped trying to drill the safe. Because you're not you can only try so long before it just is actually not worth it.
How much sad did you think I had? Oh, the tragedy. So
much sad.
Didn't opt in to be your odd man out. I found at the club she's heard great things about. I left all I knew, you left me at the house by the heath. Pissed off you let me give you all that youth for free.
The way her voice broke off, kind of like drifted off at the end of that one. I'm pissed off you let me give you all that youth for free is crazy. Like, I was the one keeping us young and alive. I was the one giving you energy, and I got absolutely nothing back for thanks. So thanks for that. And looking back and regretting like all that you did. Oh, it's so frustrating to feel like so much time wasted.
And you say I abandoned the ship.
She did.
I was going down with it. My white knuckle dying grip. Holding tight to your quiet resentment and
Quiet resentment. What did she say before? Quiet treason or something like that. It's always quiet, and because it's quiet, like, I feel like the balance of the relationship is very much like he's the quiet one, she's the loud one. Because he's quieter about the things that he does, or more sly, or whatever it is, it's like he just easily puts stuff on her, when it's like, okay, but no, you're feeling the same way, so stop acting like it's just me. That's so frustrating.
And my friend said it isn't right to be scared.
Yup.
Every day a love affair. Every breath feels like rarest air. You're not sure if he wants to be there. How low did you think I'd go for? I self-implode for I
The vocals.
but where were the clues? I died on the altar waiting for the proof. I'm just mad as hell 'cause I loved this place for so long.
No, not because I loved this place for so long. Oh, I love when she does. I did not see like the switch up of like the meaning and play on words coming with that one. It's like making me emotional because it's just making me think of a friend of mine. She just desperately needs to listen to this album. Being in a relationship where you're walking on eggshells and you're just like not sure what might finally be the one to crack and break everything and cause him to admit that he just like doesn't care for you anymore. But you're just in denial and you're like, okay, I just won't step on the eggshells. I just can't, because you're not ready for that. Even though you like talk to your friends and like you're aware that it's like not good what you're in, what you're living in, this relationship. It's not good for you or anyone. It really feels like she did hold on for as long as she could. A moment. Yeah, that one wasn't fun, I can't lie. Stitches undone after leaving. It's like you would think like you were an open wound while you're in the relationship and then you are stitched up after you finally leave and are starting to heal. But the way that she's saying stitches undone after they've decided to break up, it's like a new level of pain, because then knowing like you were stitched together, you stitched yourself up, plastic smile, stitched up for him, stitched each other together, like you were forcing it. You were forcing something that was broken to try to work, and it just wasn't. It wasn't healing. And so then leaving and getting the stitches undone and letting the wound open up is kind of the first step to then allowing everything to be looked at in a different lens, to accept what it was and how much it hurt, and that you have to now feel everything that you were suppressing when you were together. It's time to like open up the wound and feel so that you can heal from there. Okay, next up is But Daddy, I Love Him. An interesting placement for the song after So Long London.
Clutching their pearls, sighing what a mess. I just learned these people try and save you, 'cause they hate you.
Oh, and they want to see you fall.
Running with my dress unbuttoned.
Whoa.
Screaming, but daddy, I love him. I'm having this baby. No, I'm not, but you should see your faces.
She can't do that to us. She can't do that. Oh my god. god, I feel like I just got trolled by Taylor Swift. I'm having his baby. No, I'm not, but you should see your faces. What is that? What was that, Taylor? Explain yourself. Also, I'm not, like, the setup of this song and, like, what we're talking about is just so all over the place for me right now. I'm like, trying to get my bearings. Because it feels like in this first verse that she's talking about fame and like the media and the public and people building a celebrity up on a pedestal because they want to watch them fall. And now we're screaming, now I'm running with my dress unbuttoned, screaming, but daddy, I love him, I'm having his baby. No, I'm not. Wait, is she? I have a thought, but I don't want to say it out loud because I'm afraid if I'm wrong. Okay, I'm going to start over from the chorus. I will tell you what I'm thinking, but I just want to finish out some more of this chorus. Also, this melody right here caught me so off guard.
I'm having this baby. No, I'm not, but you should see your faces. Growing up precocious sometimes means not growing up at all.
She has talked about that before, like fame and the idea that you get stuck at the age that you became famous, because like it's so surreal and it's just like not normal. It's hard to grow as a human being when everyone loves you as this one version of yourself. But okay, what I was gonna say about the chorus is I wasn't sure if she was gonna be like, daddy, I love him, I'm having his baby, and then she was gonna say more crazy things, and it was like her just like screaming things and being unhinged to try to get attention from the media and like troll the media. Then she says, telling him to floor it through the fences. No, I'm not coming to my senses. I know he's crazy, but he's the one I want. So then it does feel like she is talking about a specific romantic relationship. So this is an interesting song.
He was chaos, he was revelry. Bedroom eyes like
Ooh, why is this giving slight country?
the elders had convened. Stay away from her. The saboteurs protested too much. We never heard. Just screeching tires of true love.
Yeah, like us against the world.
I'd rather burn my whole life down than listen to one more second of all this bitching and moaning out. It's mine alone to disgrace.
Yes.
Judgmental creeps who say they want what's best for me. Sanctimoniously performing soliloquies I'll never see.
I'll never see. She said, like, why are you trying? Oh my god. Okay, now as the song goes on, is it giving Maddie Healy? Because I feel like the public was like screaming at her and like judging her for that relationship. I don't know what it was. I'd rather burn my whole life down than listen to one more second of all this bitching and moaning. I'll tell you something about my good name. It is mine alone to disgrace. I love that. I mean, it is. It's her name. It's hers. And she's like not a little girl. She is a full-grown woman in her 30s. And she's like, believe it or not, I can make my own decisions. Isn't that crazy? God save the most judgmental creeps who say they want what's best for me. Oh my god, sanctimoniously performing soliloquies I'll never see. It's like people writing paragraphs on writing essays online, being all high and mighty and being like, you know what, I'm a Swiftie, but what the fuck? Why is she doing this? Like, this is so cringe. She doesn't care. Oh, I love that she's calling that out.
Thinking it can change the beat of my heart when he touches me and undo the destiny. If all you want is great for me, then it's just white noise, then it's just my choice.
Gray. That's interesting. Wait, that's interesting. You know why that's interesting? Immediately I'm like, oh, is she calling like her 6-year relationship gray? Like it was gray. She was literally fighting for her life at the end, but people were happy when she was in that 6-year relationship because they were like, oh my god, she found the one. And like all the idiots who were like, oh my god, Taylor Swift can't keep a man. And then being in that relationship, I wonder if there's any part of her. Would I feel this way too? Like, is there a part of you, like a really deep down little ugly part of you that's like, I want to prove it to them too? I want to prove it to everyone that I can make this work. But I feel like since the split. She's kind of like come to her senses in a lot of ways. It's like she's been reborn again, and she's like, I am never going to just be what they want me to be. I wonder if, yeah, she's choosing like that 6-year relationship, even though it was like a long relationship, it was gray. And she's like, I don't want that anymore. So don't judge me for not wanting that anymore. Why would I stay in that? But also, when I hear gray, I kind of think folklore, color scheme of folklore, and how there's so many people online who are like, oh, she'll never top folklore. Like, I want her to make another album like folklore again. Like, there's a lot of people that think that way, and her saying, if all you want is gray for me, then it's just white noise. Like, if you want me to, I did folklore, yes, but if you want me to stay stagnant and keep making the same album over and over again, that's not what's gonna happen. I'm gonna continue to grow, and I can't be stuck at whatever you want me to be.
There's a lot of people in town that I bestow upon my fakest smiles. Scandal does funny things to pride, but brings lovers closer. Went to my parents and they came around.
Interesting.
All the wine moms are still holding out. Fuck 'em, it's over. I'm his lady, and oh my God, you should see your face.
Uh,
I know you can't come to the wedding. I'm having his baby.
Oh, that was such a silly song, and I love it. I do love it. I love a silly song, and we needed it. We needed it after those first 5 tracks, I'm not gonna lie. Even my daddy just loves him. Interesting. He won him over. Also, scandal does funny things to pride, but brings lovers closer. So true. It just, like, everyone being in an outrage over a relationship, I feel like is just gonna make them be like, fuck it, us against the world, it's you and me, baby. All the wine moms are still holding out, but fuck them, it's over. When she said fuck them, it's over, I was like, oh wait, is the relationship already over? But then I realized, no, it's because, like, her parents gave their blessing and came around and everything, so, like, it's over, it's gonna happen, me and him are gonna happen, so, like, who cares? I don't care what you think. I did not expect a Taylor and Aaron song to sound like this, but it's fun. Okay, next up is track 7, fresh out the slammer. I'm excited about this one. You know I'm excited about this one. I love the sound already. That's me. Literally 2 seconds into every song so far, I'm just immediately taken in by the sound.
Now, pretty baby, I'm running back home to you.
What does that mean?
Fresh out the slammer, I know who my first call will be to.
Oh, okay, who? Oh wait, I'm stressed.
Another summer taking cover, blowing thunder, he don't understand me. Silent dinners, bitter, he was with her in dreams.
Oh.
Handcuffed to the spell I was under for just 1 hour of sunshine.
Not worth it, girlie.
Now, pretty baby, I'm running back home to you. Fresh out the slammer, camera flashes, welcome bashes, get the matches. Now that I know better, I will never lose my baby again.
What are we talking about? Are we... she's like singing in a way that I can't quite tell if it's metaphorical or if I'm completely missing the point. Obviously, the theory was that she might be referring to the slammer as like the relationship that she was in, and then like fresh out the slammer is like her deciding to like be public again and be celebrity again, I guess. And the way it's being written, it's like I could take it that way if I wanted to, and the baby that she's returning home to is the public and the celebrity and the fans and everything. I'm so sorry. I think I want to start the song completely over. I have to. I simply have to. I love that verse. Dun, dun.
In the shade of how he was feeling, but it's gonna be alright. I did my time.
I did my time. I put my effort into him and I'm ready to be fresh out the slammer. Okay, in the shade of how he was feeling. Again, Norman fucking Rockwell, head in your hands while you color me blue. Like, you're so obsessed with your own sadness that you don't realize I'm in the shade of it. And I am suffering too, right along with you.
Fresh
Yes, this is where it gives the energy of her like coming back into the public eye.
I will never lose my baby.
My baby.
Watch me daily disappearing for just one glimpse of his smile. I'm running to the house. We still wait up in that porch like
Oh my gosh, the breakdown of production here.
at the park where we used to sit on children's swings, wearing imaginary rings.
Imaginary.
But it's gonna be alright. I did my time.
Interesting. The one who says I'm the girl of his American dreams. I love this line, and no matter what I've done, it wouldn't matter anyway, because like referring to the relationship she was in as the slammer. Obviously, if you're in prison, people are like, well, what were you in for? Having that record doesn't matter to this guy that she's with. She's looking at everything as like a fresh start, and she called it like the starting line, and he's very much on the same page. Okay, maybe this is about like a different guy. Is this another Maddie? Is this another Maddie song? I'm just curious. What do you think? I think there's also elements of, especially in that second verse, there's definitely elements of just being in the public again, being like a theme of the song. But I also do really think that she is singing about like, I think it would be Maddie, accepting her and like starting fresh with someone for the first time in so long. Okay, next up is Florida featuring Florence and the Machine. No idea what to expect from this one.
You can beat the heat if you beat the charges too.
Oh, stop. When I tell you, it's crazy how like every song flows into each other in some way. There's like a connection. If you beat the charges, fresh out the slammer, the track list is perfect.
And my friends all smell like weed or little babies.
What the fuck? Are we talking about like a newborn baby smell? Because why do they smell like that? Okay.
Little did you know your home's really only a town you're just a guest in. Work your life away just to pay for a timeshare down Destin.
People do that. Jesus Christ.
One hell of a drug. Florida.
What is happening? Wait, what? What is... Okay. Okay, sure. We're gonna talk about like the retirement sales in Florida.
I came with my name when it came. I got drunk and I dared it to wash me away. All my girls got their lace and their crimes, and your cheating husband disappeared. Well, no one asks any questions.
Cheating husband again.
All of the bodies that have ever been on my body and in my mind,
Ooh.
they sink into the swamp. Is that a bad thing to say in a song?
Yeah, it's fine.
Little did you know you're 100, only the time you'll get arrested.
They'll all turn against you, and you'll make your biggest mistakes there. And also, I'm curious about what they're calling, like what home is to them in this song, because it could be like hometown, or it could be like the place that you thought was supposed to be your home.
Florida is one hell of a drug. I need to forget, so take me to Florida. I've got some regrets, I'll bury them in Florida. Fuck me out, Florida. I need to forget, so take me to Florida.
This song is so unexpected. Like, I love this. I love this. How did that song come to be? Like, how did that song come? What conversation brought this song into existence? When I think Florida, I don't think Taylor Swift. I feel like if Lana came out with a song about Florida and how it's like, yeah, you go to Florida to like forget everything else. You go to Florida to get a clean slate and forget all your worries and stuff like that. I'd be like, yeah, it checks out. But Taylor, I didn't know you were on the Florida train too. This was fun. I don't have much to say about this one other than it was fun. Next up is track 9, Guilty as Sin? Question mark?
Drowning in the blue Nile, he sent me downtown lights.
we go, another lyric we knew.
Throwing my life to the wolves or the ocean rocks. Am I bad or mad or wise? What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind, without ever touching his skin? How can I be guilty as sin?
Okay, is Downtown Lights a song? Because I don't know the song. I hadn't heard it in a while. My boredom's bone deep. This cage was once just fine. The relationship. We're back in the cage. Okay. Am I allowed to cry? I dream of cracking locks, throwing my life to wolves or the ocean rocks. So she was like fantasizing about leaving and growing into a new person, a new version of herself. But then questioning, am I bad or mad or wise? Like, if I were to do that, am I crazy, or is that like the best decision I could ever make? And then what if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? Girl, is she like sitting there daydreaming about things she wished would have happened between them, and then eventually she's like, what was real and what wasn't? Spending so much of a relationship fantasizing of what it could be is also devastating. But then as it goes into this second half of this chorus, I keep recalling things we never did. Without ever touching his skin, how can I be guilty as sin? It's kind of giving she was yearning for another man while she was in a relationship. But she's like, well, I'd never acted on it, so how can I be guilty? That's an interesting concept. I mean, I believe in emotional cheating, girly. When you're checked out, you're checked out.
I keep these longings locked in lowercase inside a vault.
Which is great. Like keeping the longings locked away is what, like, the right thing to do, but it's also a big indicator that the relationship that you're in, it's not it. It's not gonna last if you're feeling this way. It's not meant to be.
Someone told me there's no such thing as bad thoughts.
I mean, yeah.
Only your actions talk.
Yeah.
Giving way to labored breath, taking all of me. We've already done it in my head.
Oh, shit.
Why does it feel like a vow we'll both uphold somehow?
The cheating goes hard in her head.
My bedsheets are replaced. I've screamed his name, building up like waves, crashing over my grave. How can I be guilty as sin? They're gonna crucify me anyway.
She knew. You know what? That's so fucking annoying. She knew when she left that relationship that people were gonna crucify her, even though you just don't know the story. You don't know how long she's been holding on and how much she's tried and what happened at all. So like, why are you like, oh, she left him again. She left them again. Fuck off.
If long-suffering propriety is what they want from me,
It is.
I don't know how you've haunted me so stunningly, religiously.
Ooh.
What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? He sent me downtown lights. I hadn't heard it anyway.
Interesting that we're ending on these lyrics. Like him sending her that song is just like annoying because it just makes her want him more. Am I allowed to cry? Like when you get a text so good that you want to cry because they're not in your bed. I was so confused by the question mark in the title track. I was like, why are we questioning if something is guilty as sin? Let's just be guilty as sin, like own it. But then hearing the concept of the song, it makes a lot of sense why the question mark is there, and I think this is a really cool concept. I've officially been filming for 2 hours. We're halfway through. Great. Okay, here we go. Next up is Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? Is this the other one that's self-written? It is. I hope we're being tongue-in-cheek with this one.
My bare hands paved their paths. You don't get to tell me about sad.
There it is. Ooh.
If you wanted me dead, you should have just said.
Interesting vocals. I love when she plays with her voice.
I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street. Record head scratch as I scream. Who's afraid of little old me? You should be.
Oh, we're going full witch mode for this one. Did she say levitating down your street? I think she said something like that. I levitate down your street. We're a witch. The who's who of who's that. When I hear this, it's like I feel someone's being like, who's that? And then someone's response is, who's who? Like they don't care. So it feels like she's talking about people who just refuse to acknowledge her existence and try to act like she's nobody. Which makes sense if then she follows it up with, if you wanted me dead, like you're pretending I don't exist anymore. You should have just said, nothing makes me feel more alive than people wanting her dead. Because she's like, it's time for me to haunt you.
At all costs, keep your good name. You don't get to tell me you feel bad.
You don't get to tell me you feel bad. I don't know what they did, but it's like they did something and they're like, oh, sorry about that, girl. But she's like, no, you're not. You don't feel bad.
Let's hear one more joke. Who's afraid of little old me?
Okay, we're going lower this time. I like when she like shrieked it in that first time she sang it. We'll get back to it, I'm sure.
I was gentle till the circus life made me mean. Don't you worry, folks, we took out all her teeth.
There it is.
A little old me. You should be.
This feels like one she wrote in the middle of the night too.
Tell me everything is not about me, but what if it is?
Oh.
You wouldn't last an hour in the asylum where they raised me. I'm always drunk on my own tears. Isn't that what they all said? That I'll sue you, that I'm fearsome and I'm wretched.
Ooh, the way she said wretched.
Put narcotics into all of my songs. That's why you still sing it.
Yeah. She's put a spell over us. She drugged us.
Lord, me,
Like, you're the one who did this.
and you
Taught me how to fight. Yeah.
I am what I am 'cause you trained me. Who's afraid of little old me?
It feels like this one, I wasn't expecting this one to, oh, the sigh that like kind of came out of her on that last word. I didn't expect this one to be this at all. This feels like it's like an update on how she feels about fame, which we haven't gotten in a second, especially since like this crazy new level of fame that she's achieved. It's kind of giving I'm a monster on the hill, too big to hang out, slowly lurching toward your favorite city. That little section and zoning in on that and creating a new concept of the song for this. I am what I am because you trained me. Is she wrong? No. Next up is I can fix him. No, really I can.
The jokes that he told across the bar were revolting and far too loud. But your good Lord doesn't need to lift a finger. I can fix him. No, really, I can't.
No, the way she said, your good Lord doesn't need to lift a finger. Like, he doesn't need God's help. I can do it.
And
Only I can. I get it, girl.
his hand so callous from his pistol softly traces hearts on my face.
Oh,
Perfect case for my certain skill set.
calling a man a case.
He just hadn't met me yet.
We're so delusional.
But your good Lord doesn't need to lift a finger. I can fix him. No, really, I can't.
And only I can.
Good boy, that's right.
Ooh.
I'll show you heaven if you'll be an angel. Oh no, trust me, I can handle me a dangerous man. No, really, I can.
Taylor. I can make the bad guys good for a weekend, and she meant it. I don't know how to move on. I think I just have to press play. Okay.
They shook their heads saying God help, but whoa, maybe I can't.
What do you mean? I was gonna say ending on maybe I can't. And not even just maybe I can't. Whoa, maybe I can't is so funny. I was gonna say, like at the end of the song, how it feels like so sexy and sensual, but also the way like the confidence that's being delivered, like, listen, I've been through it before. I know my skill set. I know exactly what type of man you are. You will be tamed. It's just what I do. And that confidence that she had throughout the song is like, I think what makes it sexy. But then ending it on a whoa, maybe I can't is even funnier given the confidence throughout the song. But she's like unbothered about it. She's like, oh, never mind. I think I'm gonna go. Next up is LOML, which everyone thinks has to stand for something other than love of my life. I'm really excited to find out what it means. Is this our first piano?
Who's gonna stop us from waltzing back into rekindled flames? If we know the steps anyway.
Already learned them.
Stitching, we were just kids, babe.
Ooh.
I said I don't mind. It takes time. Felt a glow like this. Never before and never since. Still alive, killing time at the cemetery. Never quite buried. Holy Ghost, you told me I'm the love of your life.
Love of your life.
About 1,000,000 times.
The energy of this song is, it feels like we have broken up and agreed that it's the right thing to do, but then there's still like magnets and they're being drawn together again. Killing time at the cemetery, never quite buried. Like they know they're supposed to die, but they're always like one leg in, one leg out, which is an odd imagery. You told me I'm the love of your life about 1,000,000 times. Is this a reason to get back together though?
When you blew in with the winds of fate and told me I reformed.
She likes to fix
When your
someone.
heaven turned out to be fake.
Yeah.
Well, you took me to hell too.
Oh, not only were the visions of heaven he sold fake, he actually took her to hell. That's a big statement.
A con man sells a fool a get love quick scheme.
Love bombing.
What we thought was for all time was momentary.
Okay, we're turning it around.
You cinephile in black and white. All those plot twists and dynamite.
That's interesting, calling him a cinephile with plot twists and dynamite. It's like he's living out his life like a movie and just like causing conflict for the sake of the plot, which is like, it's a joke. Do it for the plot as a joke, but like don't. How about don't?
Mr. Steal your girl, then make her cry. You
Ooh.
said I'm the love of your life. You shit talked me under the table, talking rings and talking cradles. I wish I could unrecall how we almost had it all.
Yeah, we know that lyric too. Oh my god. You shit talked me under the table, talking rings and talking cradles. Like, why? This is what I'm saying. This was like brought up in another thing where he like put the ring on her ring finger. Why are you doing that? And why are you talking about like selling these dreams that you know you aren't gonna want to follow through with? Why are you talking about marriage and babies if that's not what you want with her? That's what's frustrating about it. Like, don't act like you're gonna do that and go there if you're not.
Embarrassed that I can't get out of bed, 'cause something counterfeit is dead.
Even if it's counterfeit, it feels so real because it's real to you, even if it's not to him.
It was unnecessary, should've let it stay buried. Oh, what a valiant roar, what a bland goodbye.
Ooh.
Braids of lies, I'll never leave, never mind.
Right, yeah.
You're the loss of my life.
We were right. It feels right to end the song that way. That makes sense. Told me 1,000,000 times I'm the love of your life, but you're the loss of mine. It was unnecessary. Should have let it stayed buried. Makes me wonder like how on and off it was, and like how it feels like there was like one major off, but they still tried again, and she regrets that. Combing through the braids of lies, I'll never leave. Never mind. That's how it goes. Track 13, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. This is the one that a lot of people think may be Eras Tour related. Okay.
She's having the time of her life.
But there's a but coming.
Sequin stars are for silhouette every night.
We're talking Eras Tour.
Show you lies. 'Cause I'm a real tough kid. I can handle my shit. Lights, camera, bitch, smile. Even when you wanna die. He said he loved me all his life, but that life was too short. All the pieces of me shattered as the crowd was chanting more. I was grinning like I'm winning. I can do it with a broken heart.
What the fuck? Okay, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. The way that she had like the echo of more, like so it feels like you can hear a crowd saying more, sounds so like actually scary. What did we just break into? Where the production just went completely off the track.
I'm so depressed I act like it's my birthday. Every day
Okay.
he avoids me like the plague.
Ooh. Are we talking about Joe? Is this like they're still together but it's ending soon?
But I am so productive. It's an art. I can hold my breath.
I don't know why, but that breakout in like the melodies and the production just then with like the when we were going like that, it's giving Barbie. It's giving like actual disassociation, and it's giving like it's a little scary. I don't know if we're supposed to take this song as wow, she's so strong to be able to do this. It just seems sad to me that she has to not be real to be okay. It's just sad, right? The upbeat production and the way she's singing somehow makes it even more eerie to me because it feels manufactured and fake. I don't mean that in a bad way. I think it just adds to like the message of the song. Do you feel that too? Am I crazy?
I keep finding his things in drawers, crucial evidence.
More evidence.
Imagine the whole thing, I'm sure. He said, baby, gotta fake it till you make it. And
Like I'm just sad. The fuck?
I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday.
It sounds so manufactured and scary. I'm scared.
I'm miserable. And nobody even knows. I'm trying to cover my job.
Okay, I feel like the way it ended validated how I was feeling because I'm miserable and nobody even knows. It's like I wanna jump off a bridge, but I'm smiling. It's giving creepy Barbie. I think I like it. It's kind of wacky. Seems like once you learn the song, it becomes even more fun because it's gonna be fun to sing along. But yeah, first listen, I'm simply scared. Like, because that's a really scary place to be. I don't know. It's really scary to be able to do that as well. Next is The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. I don't know who we're about to be talking about or what we're about to say, but the album has been a little bit unhinged, so I'm going to carry my fear from the last song into this one. Jesus, don't breathe like that.
Gazing at me, starry-eyed.
Starry eyes sparking at my darkest night.
Jehovah's Witness suit.
Oh.
Who the fuck was that guy?
I'm asking the same thing. What the hell?
You tried to buy some pills from a friend of friends of mine. They just ghosted you.
Oh, that's awkward.
If rusting my sparkling summer was the goal,
Oh.
and I don't miss what we had, but could someone give a message to the smallest man who ever lived?
Oh my fucking God, she's doing it. She's literally calling him the smallest man who ever lived. That's rough. Oh, that's rough. Okay, we're going there. Okay.
You didn't measure up in any measure of a man.
Yikes, guys, yikes,
I don't
yikes.
even want you back, I just want to know. Were you sent by someone who wanted me dead? Were you writing a book? Were you a sleeper cell spy?
Questioning everything.
50 years will all this be declassified? 'Cause it wasn't sex you wanted, wasn't forbidden. Now you deserve prison, but you won't get time.
They never do.
Slide into inboxes. They said normal girls were born.
The fuck does that mean?
You were gone by the morning. But you are what you did. And I'll forget you, but I'll never forgive the smallest man who ever lived.
The title actually did say it all. Okay. I don't know, with this one, there's so much anger and so much like, I'll forget you, but I'll never forgive, right? She's literally questioning their entire relationship, asking if, hey, are you gonna like write a book about this one day? Give it 50 years, you're gonna make your fortune off of this little thing that we had? Was that the plan? Questioning things to that magnitude and unable to forgive in this way, it feels like there's still something that happened that we are unaware of. Do we think she's holding back still of like the true extent of what went down? Or I wonder, sometimes it is just like a build up for so long. Therapy to everyone, I think. Oh, it sucks to feel this way about someone. It really does. And I wonder if she is still in this type of headspace about it, or if it was just a moment in time, or just like a way to vent, because these are like really heavy emotions and statements. Next is the Alchemy, which a lot of people have theorized might be about false gold.
This happens once every few lifetimes. Touchdown, call the amateurs and cut them from the team. Ditch the clowns, get the crown, baby, I'm the one to be. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy?
Oh,
Hey, you.
hold on. Whoa, hold on. Who are we to fight the alchemy? In the way that you just used it, it is giving like a physical fate. Like there's obviously fate, which you can't see, but then the alchemy is like the medieval forerunner of chemistry based on the supposed transformation of matter. Like you can't help the transformation of matter. That's its own physical fate. That seems to be the way that the angle she's taking, at least so far. These chemicals hit me like white wine. Yeah. And it just happens. You can't help it. When they hit you, they hit you and everything changes. But then she goes, I haven't come around in so long, but I'm coming back so strong. Okay, at least we're better. But this part, touchdown, call the amateurs and cut them from the team, ditch the clowns, get the crown, baby, I'm the one to be. It's like, it feels like she did a deep cleaning of who she surrounds herself with, and it worked out for the best, and now she's on top. Because the sign on your heart says it's still reserved for me. Who are we to fight the alchemy? That kind of is giving me her and the public, her and the fans. Like, we still are waiting, we still care, you're still our number one.
Hey you, what if I told you we're cool? That child's play back in school is forgiven. I haven't come around in so long, but I'm making a comeback to where I belong.
That is interesting. What if I told you that we're cool? The child's play back in school is forgiven under my rule. Like what you put me through, if we're still going on this actually being a song about her relationship with the public, it's like, I've forgiven what you put me through back in the day, and I'm willing to come back around because it seems like you want me now, and I'm making a comeback to where I belong. Is like that the stage and the spotlight type of thing.
These plugs warm the benches, we've been on a winning streak.
Haha. Oh, this is not at all what I was expecting for this one, but it's so fun. What? Shirts are off. What the hell?
Shirts off and your friends lift you up over their head.
Are we talking about the Super Bowl? I noticed that there were some little football references throughout the song, and I was like, Okay, we're gonna do that to be cutesy, but wait, now are we legitimately talking about the Super Bowl? I just wasn't expecting a Travis song, but okay.
Where's the trophy? He just comes running over.
They have been on a winning streak. Guys. It's the way that I spent most of the song clowning, thinking she was talking about the fans, but now with how like things clicked for me in the second half, I was like, wait a minute, this is Travis. So when I re-listen to that song, I'm definitely going to be listening it to that lens more. I just wasn't expecting him to be brought up. I was like, oh, we're here. That was cute. Very obviously different from what we thought it might be, but I appreciate it. Which means we're down to the last track, Clara Bow. Ooh, dark.
You look like Clara Bow in this light. Did you know you'd be picked like a rose?
Picked like a rose is really interesting because it's like you're beautiful and you're growing, but then you're picked because you're beautiful and you are expected to like stay in this state of beauty. But being picked is what's going to cause you to wilt and you can't keep growing anymore.
I'm not trying to exaggerate, but I think I might die if it happened. Die if it happened to me. This town is fake, but you're the real thing. Promise to be dazzling.
Take the glory, give everything. You have to give everything up to be dazzling.
Like Stevie Nicks and
Stevie.
75. This crowd goes wild at her fingertips.
We know this one. Oh, that is so Stevie. It's like selling your soul. God that we're worshipping is crazy and scary. Right.
You look like Taylor Swift in this light. We're loving it. You've got edge. She never did. The future's bright, dazzling.
Oh my God. The structure of this song really didn't hit me until the end. We talk about 3 it girls in the it girl song. Interesting that we just called it Clara Bow. But okay, first it girl Clara Bow, second it girl Stevie Nicks, third Taylor Swift, all different generations, right? Oh man, so much of this song specifically, probably a lot of this album is going to hit me so much harder on a second listen because it's impossible to understand everything right away. But I feel like it's not even like we're talking directly about Clara Bow though, or about Stevie Nicks or about Taylor. We're talking about someone else in reference to them. So like the first one is talking to a girl from that era who looks like Clara Bow, and clearly that's a compliment. That's what they want her to be, like, oh, you could be the next Clara Bow. You're the real thing. Everyone else is fake. Everything else sucks, but we're putting you on a pedestal. You can do it better, that type of thing. And that's the structure we get with like the Clara Bow reference and then the Stevie Nicks reference and then the self-awareness of the Taylor Swift reference at the end is haunting because it's like, wow, right now it's Taylor and there's going to be girls who are compared to Taylor. You look like Taylor in this light, but you've got something she doesn't have. You could be even greater. And then there's going to be a new it girl born. And then you're constantly going to be compared, but also demanded to outdo all of these it girls. It's just about girls being pinned up against each other and compared to each other. And it's a never-ending cycle. And this song really blew me away. A lot. This album, what the that's it. Well, it's not it. It's still nowhere near over for me because I'm still going to be listening to the anthology today, so wish me luck. But this was already a lot to take in. This is So interesting. I think this is actually it's obviously it's labeled pop. It has some similar sounds where I was like, oh, it's kind of actually the closest it gave to me was like a more sultry 1989 vault track vibe, which I really like. I really like this sound for her. She said so many things. We went through so many emotions in this one. She did. She really like bared her soul in this one, and it's the first time I've felt her be this vulnerable in a very long time. Maybe since Red. But okay, oh my god, I'm gonna do my ranking. Okay, here's my ranking of my songs from favorite to least. I'm trying to think right now if there's a song that really didn't stick out to me. We'll see. Don't yell at me. I would love to know your ranking for this album. I would love to know your thoughts. Please, Swifties, find me, please, 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 and tell me everything. Tell me what I missed. Tell me all the theories. And I will see you guys next time for the anthology. Do I need to do an outfit change? I might be more casual for that one. I might be putting on my folklore hoodie for that one. I will see you guys next time.